What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Welcome to my channel, The Treehouse News. And AOC has gone loco, as always. But there is some very interesting things that are coming out of her mouth, I must admit. She was she was doing a lot of cold talking, but a lot of us couldn't understand exactly what she was saying. So she did an hour-long Instagram live, and no, I'm not going to punish you and make you suffer by watching the entire live. But someone on Twitter did cut down the video to the very relevant points, the very important points, and we're going to look over that. But before I get to that, though, I want to show you that 2 more Democrats have now joined the herd that are calling for Biden. Remember, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was Adam Schiff who basically joined the rest of the crew. And it was 19 at the time, and when he joined, it was 20. And so the only people we have not heard from is Nasty Pelosi. I think we are also getting some signals from Obama ready for Biden to step down, but he hasn't said anything. And they're still putting out Michelle as an as a possibility, and it's not going to happen. I wish people stop that. And they're trying to figure out a way to see how they can clean up Kamala Harris' image, and so that they can basically hit the glass ceiling by saying, we got our first black female president. Yeah, people hate her, and she'll never be president, okay? I mean, I don't care how much you pour syrup on a pile of horse dung, it will not turn it into pancakes. But anyway, let's get off of that, and let's get into AOC. Woo, look at that big old mouth. That big old mouth. We're gonna respond to this, okay? It's only like 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes long, but she says some stupid stuff in here, but she says some things that are very telling. So let's go through it.
I'm here because I want to talk to you all about all of this craziness that you see in the media about Joe Biden, and I'm just ripping the Band-Aid off. Because I think that it's really important that people get the straight truth. And I feel like there has been a lot of smoke screens that have been going on about this. We saw, 2-3 weeks ago now, the president debated Donald Trump. And that debate sucked.
No, it did. Jeez, oh my God, dude. Yo, AOC is giving us some hardcore facts that we never heard before.
Okay, going into the debate, I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew that the president is old. The president is very old.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. We know.
Donald Trump is also very old and a racist and a neo-Nazi. I'm not even going to talk about Trump right now.
She called Trump a racist and a neo-Nazi. But you don't say that about Biden. But hey, girl, speaking of racist and neo-Nazi, you were caught on your live doing this. Isn't it amazing that these daggone demon rats are projectionists? They love to project. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her signaling to her white supreme piece of people, okay? So I find it amazing that the person who smelt it dealt it, right? Because you're the one. If anybody who's more white supremacist is basically Democrats, and especially Joe Biden, okay? Do we have to go through all his records? As a matter of fact, Joe Biden recently, I was going to do a video on this, but I forgot. Joe Biden is so racist that he forgot the name of his defense secretary. He said the black man. forgetting a black official's name, okay? I remember he forgot a black politician's name, right? So he said, yeah, that black man over there. He just refused to remember a black man's name. So yeah, remember though, if you don't vote for Biden, then you're not black according to him. So that's the reason why I am a rooftop Korean.
In the country that we live in, we have everyday people and we have voters and we have government. And then you kind of have this class of people in between, from pundits and media and wealthy people and donors. This class of donors, decision makers, power players, etc., started to waver after the debate. And they're looking at the polling and they're looking at the performance and they're saying all of these things and they're saying, we need to jump ship. If personally, people want to have this conversation 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. It's a very different landscape. But this whole class of people who are coming with this other opinion now have supported the president the entire time.
Now, I have to interject here because let's not forget, and by the way, I don't care. You guys can self-implode. But remember, you all refuse to have a debate between any person challenging Joe Biden for the Democratic representation of president. You guys refuse to have that. Like no one. You was like, nope, we're not going to allow Joe Biden to debate anyone. He is our pick. Had you, and I think you knew this was going to be the case because those medications that you guys used for Joe Biden, the medication that Joe Biden took to address this State of the Union address, when he was on TV or in front of everybody at the State of the Union address, those were some good drugs, medication drugs I'm talking about, that he was on. He was at his best. I'm going to say this as somebody who despised Joe Biden. But for some reason, them drugs are either not working or you're not giving it to him anymore. I don't know what, but whatever you gave him for the State of the Union address, you should have gave it to him for the debate with Trump. He looked sloppy. He looked old. He looked crepit. He looked fragile. He looked frail. He looked bad. And you all would have known about this had you allowed Joe Biden to debate those other Democrats who wanted to challenge him to basically to be the nominee, to Democratic nominee for president. All right. But you didn't. So don't sit up here and cry now. All right. Deal with what you got to deal with. All right. So there's that.
And many of those people.
And the reason I said all that is because had they allowed that, they would have saw how poor and poorly Joe Biden's responses and debating skills are. Now, we know that Trump loves to talk. That man loves to talk. And he has no problem debating anybody, even against opposition. I remember during his presidency, and I'm sure you all remember during his presidency, that he allowed journalists who was against him to challenge him. Joe Biden doesn't do that. Joe Biden has a predetermined list of journalists that gave his team the questions ahead of time, and he calls on them from a cue card that was given to him by the administration. So, yeah, Trump is made for this. Trump is made to debate, and Joe Biden isn't. So don't act like you're outraged now.
Are the same people who closed ranks around anybody who even wanted to raise this conversation a year ago. I think people need to understand the reality and the gravity of what these people are proposing. The Democratic convention is in, 4 weeks?
Yeah, 4 weeks. And they're trying to get Joe Biden out before then. And it looks like they're going to be successful. So cry harder, because I'm looking what people are saying on in the MSNBC, the NBC, CBS, CNN. I'm looking what they're saying on the Democratic news networks. I'm looking what they're saying. I'm looking what Democrats are saying on Twitter and Instagram. Okay, I'm looking at their TikToks, and you guys are in shambles. And you know it, AOC, all right? It's not like they got a guaranteed win like you do because you in very blue New York City. You don't have to worry about your seat, girlfriend. It's nice and secure. But Joe Biden, on the other hand, yeah, you want to call him old and you want to sit up here and call Trump names, but you don't say those names for Joe Biden, which is he's all those things. He's a racist. Okay, and if you want to put white supremacist, you can put that title on him too. But it's you guys. You guys made this bed, so lie in it.
Or so. The state of Ohio has legal ballot access issues that require a name to be enrolled and certified on their ballot even before the convention. That's what's at the table. And guess what? Republicans, they mount that legal challenge. The possibility of our elections being decided by a Supreme Court ruling skyrocket.
What? What are you talking about? Okay, now she just blabbering and just lied. I was talking about this on my live stream yesterday. I said, it's a gift that demon rats have where they could just blatantly lie. They ain't got to prove what they say. It's just that they just utter a lie and their entire community, the viewers, supporters, voters will support it and believe it. Full stop.
You have an open convention. The convention could then go on for days if you have a bunch of nominees. And then before you know it, you blow past the Michigan deadline if you don't have a nominee in 2 days or whenever it may be. And then the legal problems start to mount. Over the last several weeks, there have been lots of Democrats.
Oh, there go that sign again. She's giving a signal. She's giving a signal. There we go. Racist AOC. Racist AOC.
Who have been
She's
giving
still doing it.
Little anonymous quotes to the press, to some journalists. That's shit. Like, if you have an opinion, say it with your chest and say it in public. Then there was recently a quote-unquote senior Democratic leader that said, I'm just resigning myself to a Trump victory. Leave your seat. Leave. If you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken.
Nobody likes her. We hate her. You guys don't like her. But you allowed Joe Biden to choose her as the VP. This one, and all because you think she's black. Well, I guess she can identify as black. I mean, when you with these people, it doesn't matter. As from what I've noticed, and nobody can challenge me, nobody can prove me wrong on this. All right. If you half black, you can identify black, and black people will accept black people who are half black as black. As a matter of fact, you can be white and identify as black, and black people will still accept you as black. Isn't that right, Sean King? So white people, I do admire this about white people. If you ain't white, okay, and that means if you're half white, you ain't white. If you're a quarter white, you ain't white. If you are 80% white, you ain't white. I do love that about white people, right? I do love that, okay? So you sit up here and have so many people who hate being white. They start saying that they are white presenting, okay? But no one says black presenting. They say black. Okay, they'll call you black. You could be like 1/4 black, and they'll call you 1/3 black, and they'll still call you black. So there's that. Well, anyway, I went on a rant about Kamala. So the thing about it is that Kamala is unelectable, just like Joe Biden. Yeah, she may be a little bit above likable or electable in the polling, but she still is unliked. And her being black, I know you guys want to, smash through the glass ceiling by saying, "Oh, we got our first black woman." Yeah, it ain't going to be Kamala. Get over it. That's the reason why she's not number one to be chosen if Joe Biden is out of the running.
I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Yeah. I agree they are. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be successful. I think the only thing, this is so interesting and so fascinating to watch. I think the only thing they're going to be successful in is getting Joe Biden to step down. Kamala ain't going nowhere. Whether she be the vice president next pick or she's going to be the presidential nominee, saying she's not going nowhere. Y'all not going to get that heifer to leave.
There is a war chest of at least $100 million prepared for the general election. If there is a new Democratic nominee, that money cannot be transferred. I have not seen...
Ooh, I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? I did not know that. That's what I'm saying. This wasn't all that bad. This is getting very interesting. And that's surprising that I'm saying this by watching AOC. I need to go check myself into a hospital real quick.
A scenario, an alternative scenario that I feel does not set us up for enormous peril. There is no safe option. If you are the kind of politician that genuinely wants to be president of the United States, a lot of those folks don't want that. They don't want to be shooed in 8 weeks before an election starts. Because let me tell you something. People think this election is in November. The convention is in 4 weeks, and early ballots go out. The first early ballots in this country go out 4 weeks after that. This election is not in November. It's in September. My community does not have the luxury of accepting loss in July of an election year. Everybody is terrified of a Trump presidency.
You're gonna get it, stay mad. You're gonna get it, stay mad. Listen, you guys chose Poopy Pants Joe Biden, okay, to represent you. And he has done a horrible job. And by the way, AOC, I noticed that you wasn't down at the border pretending to cry over some children being in cages like you did during Trump's presidency. I find that you never even went down there at all while Biden had the border wide open. Yeah, funny that.
And everybody wants to do everything and anything possible to prevent that from happening.
Okay. Good deal, Daily Caller. So it was the Daily Caller who put that together. I need to start following them. But anyway, I'm not going to make this a long video. I just wanted to basically give you guys a heads up that it's going to come sooner than I thought. And I told you all, I made a video about earlier this week or last weekend about the fact that, hey, I think they're going to get rid of Biden. I think it's going to happen within a week. And it looks like that is coming to fruition. So let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like because it helps with the algorithm. Or you can give me a dislike. It doesn't matter. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later, taters.